maybe just leave a comment, saying that fucking Hugo's wrong in every single way about nothing consistently, and I still get fucking annoyed by my girlfriend. Yeah,
just
the most
white
bread fucking ending. There's no butter or anything for the sprinkles to be fucking stuck onto. Alright. Welcome back, everyone, to the Weekly Weeb. This is episode 13, and it's me, FullAnimics, with Hugo. And, I have some sad news.
What's the sad news?
One Piece is on a break.
Yes.
And I didn't know what to do on my Sunday. And I felt really sad. Oh, it's just a week. But it was like a week break.
That's alright. That gives me a bit more time to worry about catching up at some point. So, I'm one episode less behind this week. How great.
Yeah, you got so much time to catch up.
I mean,
better start now.
Like I said, if we do a counter for all the shit I watch instead of One Piece, I'm sure we'd see I've watched One Piece in these 13 episodes, 14 episodes.
Probably.
So
we could do like some quick math of how many shows it would be.
Not too hard.
So let's say like the average is 13, even though it's like not anymore.
No, but I watched them.
We'll do the average as 13. And then let's times it by 100. Oh no! Wait! We do this. We do 1,109 divided by 13. You have to watch 85 shows.
I'm gonna be honest. I think I'm getting close to that since we started recording. So,
so you could have caught up.
Yeah, it could be up to
could have caught up.
Yeah, but then think about all this
form.
lacking conversation we would have about some of the greatest shows I've watched, like
No,
Rent a
because
Girlfriend.
we would just talk about One Piece. We would just we would become a One Piece podcast.
We would become the
but
one.
But you just wanna be a seasonal little dweeb.
Look, all right, I will watch it at some point.
Uh-huh.
When it gets to like the last arc, I'll batten down the hatches and start watching through
the next arc is the last arc.
Oh, great! So
you
I'll start soon then. I'll start soon. It'll be fine. But no One Piece for you. I mean, yeah, no, your Sunday must have been fucking lost.
Dude, I literally had nothing to do. But to be fair, I don't watch all my anime. Like, when they come out, I usually just binge through it, and that's what I did yesterday. Because, like, yesterday, I was watched all my shows, and then I went to One Piece, and I'm like, oh, why is it still on 108? And I'm like, no, don't tell me. These little fucking dickheads skipped out on One Piece again, and just didn't tell me. Fucking rude.
Like...
Anyway, I just wanted to say that. Gotta get my frustration out.
I like the fact you're like, yeah, no, so I just binge it all in like a day. I'm like, I'll watch it the moment it comes out if I'm sat there doing nothing. Like the second that the episode drops, I'm on it. So like,
which one?
I've watched the new episode of My Hero 4 times already.
Bruh.
It's just...
I'm not...
I mean, honestly, I may as well have watched it solely for the fact you get that Himiko Toga ass shot, and who doesn't love a good Himiko Toga ass shot?
No. We're not talking about that, man.
That was circulating on Twitter.
I've seen these MHA clips on Twitter. So I know like what happened in the previous episode. Fucking weird.
I will be honest.
It's just kind of funny, to be honest. Like, his fourth all for one ability. Is it all for one? Yeah, it's fucking all for one. His fucking fourth ability just doesn't activate because Toga just feels pure emotion and love for him. And I'm just like, what kind of fucking bullshit is this?
I mean, I kind of liked it, but then it also annoyed me because by the end of the that same episode, you've got the second wielder of One for All, and he's just like sat there being like, remember, you can't use mic work because it's too fucking powerful now. Like, it's not the same as it was when I had it, so it's a last resort kind of thing. And I'm like, hang on, so you're telling me Everyone else's quirks manage to evolve, except Danger Sense can't detect the bitch with knives just because she feels a bit of a lovey-dovey emotion when she's slashing at someone.
That's so
Every
bullshit.
other thing somehow fucking
she
evolved,
has
bar this.
she has malicious intent, and you're just straight up telling me the fourth guy just doesn't want to fuck with her because he feels some little bit of emotion.
I like the fact that essentially she is the kind of perfect counter for more or less all of the Izuku is untouchable bullshit. It is kind of nice to have a character who can pretty much just cut through all that in half a second, because for some reason she can erase her presence. They've never really specified. Like, she says, oh yeah, no, I just clear my thoughts and all of a sudden I'm invisible. So second quirk confirmed, I guess.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, no, like, that has always annoyed me about her, is like, no, I'm fine with you saying, like, she's really good at being stealthy, but the idea that she's pretty much invisible because she can stop thinking, like, I know quite a few dumb people. They don't disappear.
That's not an ability. That's something that men have had for ages, and you're telling me that you can just do that and then just become completely undetectable. Where the fuck is our ability to do that? We think about nothing consistently, and I still get fucking annoyed by my girlfriend. Like, my presence is still there, even though I'm just drifting off into the abyss, not thinking about anything.
It's all still recognized.
But, like, I haven't been watching MHA. I just wanted to be finished. I don't know, because I feel like I could just start watching whenever. Back where, like, I stopped watching. I just have no motivation to watch MHA.
I mean, you probably can just pick it up. It's one of those, I'd say, for you, probably better to try and binge it in just one hit, or like,
yeah, that's what I want to do.
All out, because like week by week, it is a bit boring, I guess. Like, shit's happening, it's fun. Shigaraki OP now, and like I said last week, Monama's just my favorite character of all time now because he's fucking perfect. But it is just a bit kind of... I'm worried that the next... How many episodes have we got left? 15?
Yes.
So I'm worried that, like... What episode are we on? Is it episode 7?
You're on 7 now.
Yeah, so we've got like 15 left.
14
left to come out. And it's like, I'm a bit worried that the next 14 episodes are all going to be a bit like this, where instead of us having a hell of a lot of focus on the one fight at hand, we're going to just constantly be split across the 5 fights occurring all the time. And it's like, I'd rather...
Welcome to current One Piece fights.
It's just... I get it, like, you want me to see what's going on essentially in, like, the real time of battle, so you want to see that while Shigaraki's laying, like, fuckers out, maybe All For One's getting his shit rocked, and but at the same time, I'd rather watch just Shigaraki getting his shit fucking rocked and them go to the other fights kind of thing, or obviously leave Shigaraki until the end, I guess, because he big bad boss. And I assume when Izuku turns up to that fight, he'll be like, Shigaraki, I'm here to save you. And he'll be like, Midoriya, save me. And then it all will be fine, because fucking goddamn it.
It seemed... I really don't like thinking this way, but I have such a fucking foresight that this anime is just going to end in the most vanilla way possible. I just have an inkling of a clear... foresight of how this show is going to end. It is going to be fucking basic. I already know.
Yeah,
I genuinely feel like this is going to have the most basic and fucking vanilla ass ending. Like, fucking, like, no sprinkles at all. Just pure vanilla ice cream.
It's just fairy bread without your fucking hundreds and thousands.
It's just, yeah,
just
the
white
most
bread.
white bread fucking ending. There's no butter or anything for the sprinkles to be fucking stuck onto. It's gonna be... But I hope it's not. I hope it ends in some sort of satisfactory way where we see, like, dude, time skip is the easiest answer of all. You can end in a very basic way, but if I see a time skip with Deku, like, being the number one hero, I'm just like, you know what? That's all I need. That's all I want. Alright? I am satisfied. I am filled.
I think the thing is, the main thing I want is I want this to be a Deku kills Shigaraki thing. And I know it's very unlikely it's going to happen. Like,
yeah.
But at the same time, I kind of want a Deku kills Shigaraki, just because if he saves him, what are we gonna do? Is he being locked up in Tartarus forever for being the victim of thousands
locked
of crimes?
up in the TARDIS? It's gonna be locked
like,
up in Doctor Who's fucking phone book.
Is he gonna be converted to hero? Because realistically now, with that amount of power, he would be a fucking unstoppable hero. Like, I think the only thing you can do is, like, the way that I hope it gets closed out is that we'll have, like, Izuku turn up, start fighting him, kind of, like, get through to him mentally, and maybe at like the point of finally doing it, maybe, like, Shigaraki kind of pushes him to be like, you have to kill me kind of thing, because there ain't no stopping this otherwise. So
yeah, I feel like it's gonna be some dumb shit like that.
But like,
it's either he dies or, like, he gets his, like, little redemption arc, like he gets saved from, like, being controlled and stuff, and I'm just like, those are so fucking basic, man. So basic. Even him killing him to some extent feels basic, because I feel like it's inevitable that will happen.
I mean, the only other thing I think they can do is, like, beat him to a fucking bloody pulp and then use Eri to rewind him back to being a child.
Yeah,
so
I don't know.
Again.
There's just so many fucking possibilities for this show to end, and I want it to be satisfactory. I don't want it to be good, because frankly, MHA has had a track record of just being very inconsistent when it comes to what it wants to be. Sometimes, no fault to the author, the fan base is a bunch of feral dogs. I want it to be worth rewatching the entire series. Not just one season, but, like, rewatching it and actually going on a journey with this character, and then having a fulfilling ending. Because that's all I want. That's all I want from any of these shows. I just want a fulfilling arc. That's all I want.
Your wants are quite extreme for this industry.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking about fucking anime and having, like, fulfilling endings. Like, fucking... I'm setting the bar too highly, to be honest.
Yeah, no.
But I feel like MHA is the one show... Because let's be honest here. It's a AAA shonen anime. It's super popular. It's probably, in terms of popularity, it's the second most popular show in the entire world that's coming out this season. And, like, the first one's probably One Piece or Demon Slayer, whatever one that you want to pick. But it's a super popular show, and it is justified to have a very good ending. I'm just doubtful it will have the ending.
Yeah, I think the thing is like, the ending has got to be with its fucking fan base. The ending has got to be the most fucking daunting thing you can imagine making at the moment, because it's like, no matter what you fucking do, you're getting fucking flamed. Some group of people somewhere are gonna be angry, and they're gonna fucking just flame war you online for the next 3 months, because how dare you not do the ending they wanted. So
look, I'm not gonna say that my opinion is above everyone else's, but as long as it ends in a way that I like, I don't give a fuck what the fans think.
I'd like it to end well. If it doesn't, it doesn't, and it goes down as just an epic L. That's about as much care as I have.
Yeah,
and I really
it will go
like
down as
this
history
show.
as the most anticipated ending and fucking flopping its ass over.
Yeah, like, and you know, if that happens, that happens. We will have
It
lived.
is what it
we will
is.
have lived to see it. It'll be a moment we can
Yep.
tell our grandchildren about one day. You know, we'll be like, "Did I ever tell you I was around for the great flop?"
This is pre-episode. This is pre-season 7 ending right now. We're about to hit post. We'll see you guys in 14 weeks. We'll let you know how it goes.
Oh God, I hope it's not terrible. Imagine if it just ends mid-fight.
We just go back. We just play this clip at the start, and then we just immediately talk about the ending. It's just like, well, shit.
So, some regrets have been made. But other than Mushoku, not Mushoku. Well, other than Mushoku Tensei,
we'll get to that. We're not going into it now.
No.
Until last.
Of course, I think we need to save this.
I do want to very quickly talk about Day Live.
Go for it. I know. I nearly started watching it until I realized Crunchyroll only have season 3 onwards, and I was like, no.
Oh,
if I'm doing this right, I'm
No.
watching season 1, so I'll go find that first.
Dude, imagine starting from season 3 of Data Live. That's fucking wild.
I mean,
anyways,
you can.
where did we leave off? Story time with FullAnimics, Data Live 5 edition. So when we left off, we were on the date with Spirit of Beginning. He kisses her because that's how you seal abilities in this fucking anime for some reason. And apparently it turns out it works. Joke's on you, it didn't, just happens, She falls in love immediately, has 100% full on the bar, and then goes to 0 instantly when you kiss her. That's just poor form right there. Instantly, best girl comes back. Fucking hooray. We're ready to see her. Guess what? She dies immediately. Fucking great. Spirit of Origin fucking fuses and stuff, does the fusion dance. Well, fuck. We've lost. End of the episode, best girl comes back. Don't know how. Apparently she died. She's back somehow. Who knows how that happened. That's basically what happened in in episode 10 of Data Live.
What the fuck are you watching?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I've seen this same girl die 3 times.
Fucking kind of show.
And she keeps coming back. First one was a fake out, though. First one was her double. Like, her clone. And then it was the actual her.
Because
now she's died again. Yeah, no, she has the ability to clone herself, which is it's technically her in different timelines, but, it's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, so I have to start.
Anyway.
Can't start from season 3 by the sounds of it.
Anyway, what did you watch?
I've watched a fair bit. Obviously, I'd like to start on the show that I think we didn't really speak much about last week, or I don't think I even really watched last week. Konosuba.
Oh no.
So,
I've been hearing some good things about it.
Hear me out. It's taken like 9 episodes, but we're getting somewhere.
So 80% of the runtime.
I think this is 11.
Sounds like another
11
anime that I'm watching.
Series. That's the worst part.
Yeah, last episode comes out in 2 days.
Yeah, and this is why it's gotten a bit annoying. Because why the fuck is it finally started to do something at the fucking end? Like and the worst part is, all right, it's so. They have set up the plot line for these sacred treasures, and here comes episode 9, not to carry that on. No.
That seems like the most Konosuba thing to do. Just introduce a plot line and just completely just not focus on it.
Darkness has left.
That's season 4.
Darkness has left the group.
Yeah, she got married.
Best girl left the group to get married. Yes, this is the entirety of like episode 9 and 10.
Wasn't that like what was going to happen last season?
I think so. It's essentially something like her family's out of fucking dollar, so they've married her off in place of the debt to the guy they owe all the money to. He's the sleazebag that we've seen a load of times throughout. He's a douche and no one likes him. But you know, he's gonna marry Darkness, and I don't get why she's so against it. She likes being fucking handled weirdly by beastly, ugly creatures. So I'm completely fucking lost as to why this is an issue for her.
Yeah, dude, he probably thinks that he's a very he probably thinks that she's a very like submissive girl, but he doesn't know that she's into that.
Yeah, like, and the thing, like
he's gonna
I said,
get a
it's
big
just
fucking
weird
surprise.
that like this is the moment where she's decided no. Now I care about the thing that's going to fondle me. It's like you've literally let giant mech suits,
I've done
beasts,
this at the most
demons.
cinematic, and I've done this at the climax of this whole situation for dramatic effect.
Yeah, no, like, okay, but we deal with this. It's kind of like essentially the first serious episode that we get, but it's nice. We've gotten something kind of serious, kind of consistent story. Finally, not the little one-off Konosuba fucking almost joke arcs that we get 3 of an episode, because fucking I don't understand what's going on. The only thing that's consistent is just where they are in the world between episodes. Like, that's almost all that's managed to carry through. I mean, the idea, I think, is meant to be all the shit they've been getting up to is why Darkness is now being married off for the debt, but fuck it. You didn't need 9 episodes to rack up debt. These guys have racked up millions of gold's worth of debt in 5 minutes, so no need. But you get the whole, like, Kazuma being very down about it, and not wanting to interfere because Darkness hasn't asked for them to interfere, and Darkness wanting them to interfere because obviously she wants to be saved, but not asking them to interfere because she's got to
Classic anime shit.
do her noble duties or some shit. Yeah, and I think honestly the weirdest part is like you get a random point where Megumin just turns to Kazuma and is like, "I love you," or like, "You're the man I love," or some shit like that. Real out of left field for him to just slap it down, being like, "Yeah," just for him to slap it down, being like, "Don't go throwing dumb shit around just to try and manipulate me." And you're like, "All right, kind of funny." Real out of left field comment. Especially because I'm like, I thought Megumin did like him, but it was thrown out in such a like casual way of manipulation that it's like, well, that's not a confession of feelings, right? Like, what the fuck is going on here?
Are you gaslighting me right now?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
But like, it's kind of one of those, like, he takes the seriousness of being like, oh nah, because of our class differences, fuck all we can do really to help her, and then it's like, fuck it, we're gonna kidnap her anyway, and like that's kind of the end of the episode for it, is like them abducting her from the wedding ceremony that they've had to sneak into because, you know, gotta sneak. But yeah, you know, see what happens with this finale, see if it's any good. Maybe now that they've saved Darkness, like, cool, we've closed off this random story that was apparently going on, and we can return to those sacred treasures in 2 years' time. So
What?
woo.
Let me soak all that up. JK.
Fucking. So if you're interested in watching Konosuba and you're more of a story person, what I would say to you is you can watch the first 2 seasons pretty well. Season 3, however, just watch the last 2 episodes, maybe the 3rd one. Come back next week and find out if the 3rd one's worth fucking watching. You know, I'll tell you, more than happy to. And if it's not, skip season 3 completely. Honestly, I don't think we need the Darkness getting married shit to progress the plot. I'm sure they'll just mention it once next season in cavalier passing and be like, oh, that's it. Done.
Yeah, it sounds a bit rough, to be honest, but
yeah,
you know, I didn't do season 2. It just wasn't really my cup of tea. Like, it felt like it was focusing too much on one character, that being Darkness, and I really like Konosuba when it involves the entire cast, like, in some capacity throughout the whole season, whereas season 2 felt very focused on one character, and I just didn't really particularly like it that much.
Yeah, and like, the thing is as well, this season we've had a few other isekais coming out, and like I have decided to binge them in the last couple days. So like, I've watched all of level 2, or like at level 2 my cheat powers mean I'm unbeatable or something. I watched it. No, here's the thing about this show. I'm not gonna fucking pretend it's a 10 out of 10 best show ever. All right, that's not the case. All right, but fuck me, it is everything that Konosuba was meant to be. It is just everything that Konosuba was meant to be. It is meant to just be an isekai where the guy could be an adventurer. He's got these powers and abilities, and I appreciate in Konosuba he's not that strong. That's kind of half the point of him. But it's one of those where it's like, but he has no interest in taking part, and it's kind of funny. It's kind of fun to watch. There's nothing special about it.
Yeah, but it's not really a parody anime.
No, I know.
That's
but
the thing.
There
are more of these
shows. It's doing better.
There are more of these shows than you think. Let me just say that. This guy is chilling out in another world with very underrated powers. It has been done so many fucking times, you will have a fucking aneurysm knowing how many times it's been done. The reason why I like Konosuba Season 1 a lot is that it is a parody on the isekai genre. That is the main draw in for Konosuba. That is the reason why people started watching it, because they wanted to see a different aspect on a genre that has become so desensitized.
Oh yeah, no, and I like that, but that's why, like, I think it's annoying that like the level 2 fucking cheat guy, it's just, barring his being bullshit OP.
Yeah, but these shows are very thing. Like, for lack of a better word, these shows are just comfort shows. Like, they don't do anything like amazing and anything special, but they're just comfy. Yeah, they're just comfy shows. You get the quality of life stuff that you're missing in real life, and that's what an isekai is nowadays. If you get reincarnated isekai into another world, you're basically just looking for a second chance to just live more comfortably than before. That's basically what a lot of these isekai shows are.
Yeah, and like, but I think that's the thing, is like, for some reason, the aspect that Konosuba seems to have wanted to focus on, that fucking whole, he's not gonna do any of the adventuring bullshit. You've got this show that's also doing it, and it's like, and it's just doing it in a more enjoyable way, because I don't give a fuck about his powers and shit. Like, that's not really part of it. I get that it's kind of bullshit power. He's untouchable. Demon lords have already like bent the knee by episode fucking 3 of this thing. Like, it's nothing special, but it just feels like it's what Konosuba wanted its story to almost be able to do, where it's just day-to-day bullshit living that's kind of funny. And like, they can still go out adventuring, they can still go and do all the other things that they've done in Konosuba. I just don't get why season 3 has been so mid. I think sub mid. Like, it's just, I don't get why season 3 has not wanted to give me story like it did for 2 seasons, or at least it felt like it did for 2 seasons. So yeah,
it's just something that they're just not really focusing on too much, which I think has been very detrimental to them. They just think that the same comedy shit, like we've said this before, they think that the same comedy will just hold up nowadays when it just really doesn't. You need to keep your audience more engaged than it is, and you're not doing it. Yeah. And people are just going to get bored, and they're not going to watch the rest of it. And and then you'll just get people who just don't want to watch it because they know it's probably not going to be any different.
That means the only people that will watch it will be idiots like me that want to rant about it in a couple days' time.
Yeah.
I mean, I did also, because, you know, I told you I was watching something up until the last 30 seconds before this call started.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching the Reincarnated 7th Prince.
No.
I started it this morning, you know. I thought, why not? Binged all 11 episodes.
Why would you watch that godforsaken
because
sure.
the season's coming to an end. I might as well get fully knowledged up on what's happened this season, so that when everything finally does end, we can fairly
you don't
fucking
need
assess.
to consume this basic white American looking motherfucker right here. You don't need to fucking watch I was reincarnated as the 7th prince so I can take my time perfecting my magical ability. This is not something you need to digest in your anime journey.
To normal people, sure, but to the refined weeb such as myself, it's something you must digest.
You need to refine your fucking taste. Like, holy shit.
Look, I'm not going to pretend it was a great show, alright? I've binged it. It was kind of the same as everything else. The only thing enjoyable I found in it so far was that in episode 11, there's like this huge fight between the main character and some demon lord. I don't even really know their names. I think the main character's called Lloyd, but I get the feeling I'm thinking of another anime as well when I say that, so I could be wrong. But it's honestly just watching Shonen Dragon Ball Z anime fight. It's kind of fun. It's with magic instead of Kamehameha, but it's pretty much kind of the same thing, so I've let the brain rot turn on and sink in. It's been beautiful.
Hurt you. What did they do to you?
I don't know.
But this is what happens. You start watching these fucking shitty isekais, and then you just keep watching them, and then you're in a hole.
Yeah, well, look,
and you can't get out.
Last week I was in the romance hole, okay? At least I got out of that fucking thing.
No, I'd rather you stay in that hole, to be honest. Like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
But yeah, so I've been isekaiing a bit.
Yeah. Right, let's move away from that conversation. All right. So, before I was watching a series that you've wanted me to watch. I watched up to episode what was it, 7 of Kaiju number 8.
Yay! And what do you think? I'm pretty sure episode 7's Kaiju number 9, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
So I know where you are.
I really like this show. I really like it. I do agree that you do have to watch the first 2 episodes together because it's very leaves you on a bit of a cliffhanger. Well, not cliffhanger, but it leaves you like blue balled. So I was kind of glad that I didn't straight away watch Kaiju.
Yeah, it's got a bit of a weird like mid-story cut that feels like
and then it just has like a One Piece recap and then just like new footage at the start and then goes into the intro. I'm just like, all right, guys, you really don't need to do this. I just watched the last episode. I don't need a recap.
Yeah, you do.
But I really like it. I get why you like the main character a lot. I like that he's very comedical within his own like sort of sense in a way, because at the start it just starts off as a poop joke and it's just like but then he becomes comic relief because he's like in way over his head and like kind of freaked out about what's happening, but then like when he turns into number 8, he's just him. He literally turns into him. Like he's fucking insane and I love it.
Him mode activate.
Literally him mode. I really like this is one thing that I will say, and I'll say it again for Mushoku Tensei, but like the cinematography of this show is next level.
Yeah.
Like it's actually really fucking good. And it pisses me off that my fucking school lecturers don't consider animation in a terminology of cinematic flair. And I'm like, bros, you have not fucking seen cinema like this, alright? I
think you're gonna have to walk in with the first season of Mushoku Tensei on a fucking thumb drive or something and be like, "Watch this, all right?" And then
hey guys,
shut the fuck up.
I have one good grasp of cinema in my finger, but that's the one thing that kind of pisses me off about like the lecturers there, and then they're all good, but they seem a bit blinded about animation and the lengths that animation can go, and I think Kaiju does a really good job of that. I think they really utilize animation a lot in this, which is kind of ironic for anime, but I think they use it in a more cinematic way. I fucking feel enveloped and just fucking there. I feel there in this world, and it's fucking insane.
Oh god, yeah, no, it's I can't explain how fucking well this show has pretty much like built itself up, and in such a quick time. Like, you understand the world pretty well. Like, it gives you good little lessons throughout for world building without being too direct or in your face to break the story. It's fucking beautiful to look at. Like, it's just it's kind of, it reminds me a bit of first season of Mushoku, where everything is just done so well that like it didn't need to overdo anything to get you to be invested. Like, you are invested because it has done everything almost perfectly for you to just be able to enjoy it and understand it.
Yeah, and I really do like the characters. The main character I thought was very... Like, I agree with what you say about him. Like, he is a very different type of main protagonist that we normally have from manga, where it's like a 15-year-old boy that just gets trapped in this unceremoniously fucked situation, but then it's just like a grown adult in the same situation, and like you see different interactions that a 15-year-old would have to a 32-year-old. And it is quite interesting in that. And I really like how Kaiju have done that. And I just like that they fucking own the shit, that this shit is just like very, just like fucking like it's Godzilla stereotype level of action and just like plot sequences, but it just owns it. Just makes its own thing, and I fucking love it.
Yeah. It is such a good show, and like I'm so glad you finally kind of like have watched it. What are we on now? Episode 9, I think.
Yeah. No, we're on 10.
Oh, is it 10? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and brother, it honestly, it just keeps getting better. It just keeps getting better and better and better, and like it's. I don't want to ruin these episodes coming up for you, and I won't.
Yeah. I also kind of just like that there's no plot at all. The plot is just him just trying to be like the best soldier that he can be. And that's it. Like, there's no over-ending villain, because this is very it's also kind of similar in a way to Pacific Rim, but Pacific Rim had like an end goal to close the portal and stuff. Whereas this is just very like monster of the week stuff, which is perfectly acceptable, but it just does it so well, and I really like it. And I think this is my second favorite show this season.
I mean, I'm glad to hear it get up there. It fucking deserves it. It is a cracking
It's
show.
really good.
I think part of it is that, unlike your normal shonen, where by now we would have had some hint of a overarching villain who's in charge of everything, and you'd typically have some guy who's going to lead you on this journey who already knows about it and all that dumb shit. Essentially, like, our All For One and All Might kind of characters aren't there, so we get the focus on just the main character, and it's like we might be given story where at some point they are going to get rid of all the kaiju.
I think just eventually the monsters are just going to get more powerful, and then they're going to become more intellectual as well, because we've seen that already, and they probably could just go through that route.
Yeah.
I don't want it to, because it will be very lazy, and I've already foreseen it from episode, like, what was the go on, like, episode 7? Like, I think the show has potential to be the next MHA and subvert expectations on a genre that has been so, like, popularized, and just make something new out of it. Because that's all I want. I think the show by itself has done the basics very well. And if it has the capabilities of expanding that, I think this is a very top contender of like anime of the year, potentially, or like maybe not anime of the year, but like with a few more seasons, it would be a very popular shonen, and people would talk about it more.
Yeah, I would say if it, as long as it does well by the last episode here and kind of keeps that energy up for a season 2, I reckon by season 3 you'll have people kind of considering it one of the next like big animes that will just run for quite a while. Like we'll be here in 10 years' time being like, so they've just finished Kaiju number 8.
Yeah, I can.
And it was good.
I can very much see why this won a manga award, and it deserves it. It fucking deserves it.
Yeah, no, it is a cracking show. Like it is just. I think it kind of has a healthy balance of everything, as well, which is like it has a healthy balance of comic relief. It has like a good balance of training and then actual combat. Like we're not. With My Hero, like, the problem it always kind of has is that you'll spend, like, almost the entire fucking season just training. And there'll be 2 fights in between.
Yeah,
and then
and I do like...
season fighting, and it's like,
Yeah, that's one thing I think MHA was a bit, like, ambiguous about. You can never really tell how powerful a character has gotten from their training. Other than probably like Midoriya.
Yeah, because
like,
he gives us percentage.
Yeah, but he's the fucking main character. Whereas in Kaiju, you get a number-based system of how much people have improved. Which I think is so fucking simple and just works really well.
Yeah.
Our like protagonist, like he starts off at 0, then goes to 0.01 and then 1%. And visually, you get an aid of like what this training is doing for him. Yeah. And as well, the other characters. His fucking friend from before, he's now jumped up to be a top contender of being a captain.
By episode 7, what's he at? Like 20%?
I can't remember. I think he's
like
above 20%.
Like he's climbing and like. To be fair, I think it's the girl as well, like the...
stereotypical tsundere twin tails bitch. Like, visually, like, she's, like, she starts out at, like, what, 45 or... no, not 45. 48 or something. Yeah. And she's then now she's 55.
Yeah.
And then you also get that visual aid for the captains and commanders and stuff. Well, I think just captains. Vice captain is 92. Captain is 96. And it's a goal, it's a reach.
Yeah.
And then what I'm assuming is magnitude is correlated in some way in terms of percentage in this world. Because coincidentally, he's 98. He's 9.8.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that he's already above a level that he's trying to reach, but he just doesn't know how to control that yet.
Yeah, essentially, I think you're right with how they've done like the Kaiju power scaling system. And
that's just me being fucking observant by watching this. But there's so much detail, man. I fucking love this shit.
But that's what I mean. It's like it's done so well at this like world building where like it has done what Slime failed to understand. It has shown us so much.
I was literally going to fucking segue. You know what I was going to do? I was going to segue going like, and then Slime's back at the fucking table.
Oh, honestly, I think I fucking saw the tables like, and we're back. All right, welcome back, everybody. We got a bit of a chat to have. So we know how the show's going to fucking end. We're at the table again.
But quickly back on Kaiju, Production IG, I think have been fucking hitting it out of the park recently. They did, Heavenly Delusion. They were the production studio for that, and they are also working on Haikyuu as well. So these guys fucking know their shit, and it really shows. And I really like that, and I think if they stick with Kaiju and hopefully it doesn't go to fucking like Mappa or something, I think this could it could be like top shonen in a couple years.
I'm gonna say this now, right? But if Kaiju does end up going to like Mappa, whoever made that fucking decision, I don't know what you were thinking. Cause
yeah, but you know what I mean.
Like,
fucking every.
Yeah, but I mean, let's be real here. To be honest, with any other studio, don't fucking send it away. It's doing really well with these guys. Trust them. Let them work on it. It will fucking be a masterpiece. It will only get better if it's left with the fucking people currently working on it.
Yeah.
Like
imagine if like JC staff got the rights to make Mushoku Tensei season 3. I'd drop that shit in a fucking heartbeat. I would go like, well, time to wait for the manga.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would have to, wouldn't they? Though, like,
I'm not giving shit to JC staff. They're just very basic.
Yeah, though I will give them some credit. To be fair, before we go on to Slime, I decided to pick back up the Duke and his Death Maid because I'm aware it's about to come to the end. So I was like, I'm just gonna kind of binge through it and see how it goes. Because I think I watched like the first episode and half the second episode, and then just stopped, put it on hold. I was like, I'll get back to you. So I did binge it, and episode 2 left it because it was meh. It was still meh when I returned to it. Same with episode 3, for the most part, kind of just meh. But then,
alright, I don't need you to go through any episode. Can he touch her?
He can finally touch her.
Oh, thank God, man.
So I put it like this: we get like an episode where he meets his granddad's and grandma's ghost. That's like essentially how this all kind of finally starts to slot into place. Is like his granddad's like, no, it's like Sade was a really dear friend to me, and whatnot. And it's like it turns out that Sade fell in love with his grandfather, and she had essentially made a contract with him, being like, when you die, or like, I'll take 20 years of your life to use for my magical purposes, and in return you'll die 20 years sooner, but I can guarantee that you will be reunited as a ghost with your wife to travel the world as you want, with the stipulations like can't go to the same place twice, can't hang around for very long, dumb shit like that. But does that, and then when he dies, essentially she gets all upset, and that's apparently when she went and cursed young Dookie boy to become the incarnation of death. So essentially,
nice.
It's like we get this kind of whole let's figure it out. Like it's a bit boring, to be honest, in a surmise sense, because it's just like Sade is lonely. She felt rejected by everyone in the world because she can read minds, and for that reason, like, her dad rejected her, so she ended up killing him to take control of the underworld. Then Daleth got scared when she did that, so she scarred her face up, then killed a bunch of people, cursed Prince, like, all that shit's just Sade is lonely, so she's a bad person because she's lonely. So all he has to do is, when they're dueling her, is tell her that he wants to be friends with her. And when she reads his mind, she's like, oh, he does want to be friends. And it's like episode, I think it's like 10, ends with her magic going out of control. So everyone runs away. And then episode 11 starts with her quickly putting that magic back under control. Quick, decisive victories. And then, yeah, she's like, all right, cool, breaks the curse on the Duke, on Nico, which is weird because we then don't see his face. Like, we just see an old grey-haired hunched over Nico walk off. But cool. Yeah, so then he can touch Alice, and then Alice runs away, I think it is. Like, around about the 3/4 mark, she runs away because I think it's like they go back to see his grandfather and grandmother one more time, and like he's like, you know that now that the curse is broken, he'll have to resume his noble duties, and therefore they can't be together. He's like, but I would say that if they would rather be together, forsake those duties and fucking do whatever. Like, don't let other people
just
control
fucking
your life.
bang her, man.
Yeah,
Stop being
like,
a fucking
do it.
pussy.
She's fucking begging for it. They get. Oh, look,
I
this
want a
anime got
doujin
jiggle
of this,
physics.
guys, and you guys finally touching has made that possible.
Woo. But yeah, so
Give me a
like,
time skip where they
so
like
he,
have a family.
well,
and
he's chased
implication.
after her. She got on a train, so he chases after her, catches her on the train. She then, I don't understand this, she runs through the train like she's going to be able to get away from him by the time she gets to the end cart, It's like, oh, look, moving tracks. And he's just sat there in front, or he's there in front of her explaining, he's like, no, I love you, I want to be with you, marry me, all that lovey-dovey sweet shit that you would expect.
Hell yeah.
We've got one episode left, so I'm assuming this is going to be confrontation with family. I'm marrying Alice, and then either the family's going to... I'm assuming either the family's going to go, do you know what? Screw the rules of class. You can marry Alice. Let's have this, all right? I'm proud of you, son.
They'll end up together. There's no way they'll drag it out for another season.
Oh yeah, so it's literally they're going to end up together. The question is, will he still be Duke, or will he just be ex-Duke living like a commoner?
No, he'll still be a Duke.
Well, this is the thing. He can't marry her now with his dukely responsibilities. He can't be with her, so
Dukes don't do fucking anything.
Well, that's the whole fucking thing that they've set up, is that he's not allowed to marry her if he's a duke because he's of a noble class, and he has to marry within that ranking. He can't marry the fucking help. So, you know, we got a whole
plot twist. She's the princess.
Yeah, fucking probably. But like I said, I reckon it's just going to be the whole thing of like his. I think his dad's unwell, not dead, but unwell. So it's going to be one of those where like his dad's going to be like, nah, fuck the fucking old rules, and that'll be his last words. Like he'll die being like, I just want my son to be happy.
Fuck the old rules. Just fucking bang and make sure you record it.
Yeah. But honestly, like, yeah, I'm assuming that's going to be its end. I'm still going to watch this ending, but
I really like the first. I like the first season of Duke of Death is Maid. Fucking slapping OP. Like that was a really good OP from that season. But I don't know. Watching season 2 was just a bit like, same shit.
I will say,
goddamn,
visually, I don't know what it is. I don't know if they've done something different, but it was a lot less painful to watch. Like, because you know in the first season, like, the 3D was just really in your face. It was a bit janky. Yeah, like, they've smoothed it out. Like, they've kind of got it looking right now to the point that, like, I was watching it and at times completely kind of just was like, that just looks like a normal anime.
It's still not right. Do not say normal anime. It's not a normal anime.
Not always, but, like, it's getting there. Like, if they had another season, I think season 3 visually, they might have finally got that down. So maybe with their next project, they'll actually fucking have this. But
this is season 3.
Oh, season 4, sorry. If they got a season 4 going, like maybe they'd have it. But, you know, I'm sure their next project, they might finally get the janky ass fucking mechanics down, and we get some decent looking 3D anime from them. Could be a nice change of pace. Maybe this is what JC need.
I think they're just expanding their portfolio.
Probably.
No, you know what they're doing? They're trying to get B stars. It's the only thing I can comprehend.
They want that B-star money.
Yeah. When the fuck is B-stars coming out again? Like, what the fuck?
God knows. But yeah, no.
I want to know now.
I mean, we should cover some slime stuff though, because our squishy boy is back at the table. Our squishy boy is back at the fucking table. It's a good day.
Alright, I'm going to be completely fair and honest here. It's not as bad. It's not as bad. But that's only because we just finished having, like, a climactic battle. So now this is post-climactic battle. So now we do cutesy and funny shit, and we get to see Rimu bypasses toxicity levels and be finally drunk. Woo.
I have some things I would like to say. Firstly, alright, like the scene before the intro, I think was actually quite good. Like, I think it was that was them destroying. Was that them destroying the 7-day clergy? I watched like 3 episodes.
No, that was the previous one.
That was the previous. I'm trying to remember what it was now. I remember just like watching.
It started out with the fucking like 2 dudes who, I just don't know. Like, they got introduced at some point. I don't know who the fuck they are. And then there's that fucking, like, small girl who, like, name dropped her own self, which was kind of, like, weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're setting yourself up as the, like, antagonist. I just don't know who the fuck you are.
But I think there were some things about this episode that bothered me, and it wasn't actually being back at a fucking table doing political discussion. That I was quite happy with. I enjoyed a lot of it, like the whole them having like their meals and fucking why is her name just blanked? Hinata was like over the moon to see rice and shit like that, you know, like that's good. I like that. They now have rice apparently. Don't know when that happened. Glad we didn't get a whole fucking episode dedicated to fucking rice agriculture. That's all I'm glad for, honestly, is that one episode wasn't wasted on fucking. Oh, by the way,
but then there was that little glimpse. There was that little glimpse at the end, like during the hot scenes. They were like talking about all the advancements that they've made, with the kingdom that apparently we just don't care about. It's that shit that I want, and you don't show it.
Yeah, it's. I think like there's a lot. I don't know what's going on with slime. It's just, it feels like it forgot what the last two
you know what
seasons
this
were.
feels like. You know what this feels like. I'm gonna be a bit of a detective right now. Next episode is episode 12. Now I'm somewhat of a conspiracy theorist. But let me just say this. This shit feels like it was meant to be split into 2 cores.
Yeah.
I feel like, personally, that the first 12 episodes have been done for a while, but then they thought that the first core was a bit too boring, so they decided to make it a little bit more all-encompassing to make it less boring.
I mean that would make some sense. Sadly, it's made it fucking really boring. But like
that's my 2 cents.
But there's shit in this episode that just like they skip over the shit they could do for shit we don't need, and it's like he sits down at the table and he's like, oh, we'll become friends and shit like that, and they're like, well, fucking Lady Luminous is kind of backing it because she's like, well, my people did try and fuck you over a bit, so I guess, you know, it's the least we can do, kind of shit like that. And then you have them just being like, yeah, we'll just dump our prejudices against monsters like that. 35, 40 years worth of learned up fucking bad attitudes and
because
gone.
Like couple episodes ago, or like this episode, I don't fucking know. My time perception for this show is fucked. Wait, you didn't get any of that, did you?
No.
We'll just cut it out and we'll go from here.
Welcome back.
Basically, what I was gonna say, I was going like, there's no fucking continuity. There's a very big lack of like continuity going on. I feel like there's like the plot and story itself is coherent, but it just doesn't feel the same. I feel like the higher ups, they're fucking listening. That's why they blocked me out just then. They're fucking listening. That someone has just done something to my fucking child, and I want to know who it is. I want to know whose man's. Because this shit ain't right, man.
Yeah. I'm just seeing you like looking at a bunch of execs with like all the manga next to you being like, you don't talk to me or my son ever again.
I provide you source material. The fuck did you go with that?
It's like, you see these? Did you not want to read them? I
actually do want to know like if they change directors. Because then I can blame someone.
Yeah, no, that's what we need to know, is who the fuck can we blame for this? Because it's just, there's so much weird things kind of occur. Like, for some reason, like, I think, what was it? It's like Soei's getting himself like a little fucking harem of ladies, slowly but surely. And it's like,
Hugo,
why?
Oh, we're back. Hold up.
Oh, there we go. Oh.
Bro, what is happening? Discord's shitting itself.
I was going to say, The internet's losing its fucking mind today. Obviously, this slime slander is fucking treacherous
I know.
for us.
They're fucking listening.
Guys.
Fucking listening.
They don't want you to realise that they fucking bottled it. And to be fair, I have seen this.
Go on from what you said.
I have seen this amongst the people of slime as well, but we'll hop to that in a sec. I was saying that like my biggest question at the moment is like, why is Soe essentially getting like a fucking harem out of nowhere? Like, why is it that he's got all the fucking dragon bitches that follow him around, and blatantly I think it's like the lead one kind of likes him. Then you've got the what are they called? Is it Kaijin? One of those lot. They're busy trying to. What the fuck?
What?
Oosh. No, don't know. Me fucking Discord just started like randomly loading at me. I was so fucking lost. I was like, don't you fucking crash on me now after all that bullshit. But like,
don't fucking do
but
it.
you've got him essentially getting like a little harem with like one of the fucking knights now wanting to get down and dirty with him as well. And it's just, why? Why are we worried about a Soe harem right now?
You were focusing on the wrong things.
Yeah, they are. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, it's just... I wish things were different, but they're not. And it makes me sad.
I'm kind of glad, to be honest, though. I have seen, like, on my anime list at the moment, the discussions on the slime stuff. Like, people are turning. They aren't all becoming the fucking fanatics that they were when we first dropped our video saying slime's kind of not hitting the mark. Like, a lot of people seem to be on the same page now. Slime is doing something wrong, and everyone can slowly see it. Because, like, loads of people are like, the pacing's off, the world building's off. And there are the hardcores that are sat there telling me that I need 12 episodes of direct world building to understand what I'm looking at. But, considering most other shows give me 12 episodes and do all their world building perfectly fine, I've been doing okay most of my life. But a lot of people now are seeing, like, just the pacing's off, the story's just not right. Like, it's kind of... It's vindication, you know? It's vindication for all the abuse that we've had to suffer from slime fans.
I mean, it just kind of bothers me probably just too much. Like, because season 2 was just really, really good, and it, like, upped the stakes. I think that was the main thing that I really, really liked about season 2. The stakes for, like, season 1 were, like, nothing. Like, the biggest thing that we had to worry about is, like, Rimuru getting, like, arrested and then breaking out the same day, like, in a minute. But, like, in this, the stakes are high, but I just don't know who they are. I don't know who the fuck we're worrying about, to be honest. We were worrying about someone before, now we're trying to worry about someone else. And it's just...
I think, like, they've done weird shit, like, the whole Rimuru, when he sat there with Hinata and the others, and they're eating, and he's like, well, could always be Yuki. I thought it could be Yuki. Because it's just kind of obvious. And you're like, what do you mean it's fucking obvious that the guy you've befriended, that you've seen no real evil inklings from at any fucking point, is obviously, like, your bad guy that you need to be more worried about? And then for Hinata to just turn around and be like, yeah, no, I completely agree. It's fucking obvious.
Yep, fair enough.
Where's the story? Why? How did we get to this? Why did I need 9 episodes of talking at a fucking table about the same thing, right? But I got no idea as to how we got to Yuki being the big bad.
Alright, I've gone on the Wikipedia of this. I didn't find out who was the director, because basically it's a whole bunch of people that take turns directing. But I found, like, the English names for these episode titles. And it's really funny. I want to just double check that it's the same on, like, like, my totally legit anime website. Hold up. Yeah, because they're all in Japanese, so I found the translation for it. First one, episode 1, Demons and Strategies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next one, The Saints' Intentions. Episode 3, Peaceful Days. Hold on, it gets better. Episode 4, Everyone Has a Part to Play. Episode 5, Meeting of Both Sides.
For fuck's sake.
Episode 6, Those Approaching. Episode 7, Saint and Demon Clash. Episode 8, Misunderstanding. Episode 9, The Scheming of the 7 Days. Episode 10, God and Demon Lord. Episode 11, Recollection and Aggrievement. Episode 12, Festival Preparation.
We're gonna finally get the festival.
Oh, finally! They talked about it in the first episode. It only took them a fucking season of anime.
Yeah, well, you know.
What the fuck is this shit?
You gotta give some time and shit.
Oh, I've given enough time for this, man. Like,
We finally got to the plot.
this
plot that we
fucking
spoke
shit
about
has
in the first
become an
episode.
obligation. I am not watching Slime out of joy. This is an obligation.
Yeah, it does feel that way. Honestly,
But,
this
like,
is
we-
the worst job we've ever taken on in our lives. We can both agree that, right? Because in
No.
doing this, we've obligated ourselves to watch something like Slime.
I don't know. I'd rather watch Slime than, like, change bins
I
at,
don't
like,
know.
a festival.
At least I'd get paid for changing the bins. I'm doing this for
True,
free.
we don't get paid for this. Yeah, we're doing this for free.
This is worse.
Anyway, I think, like, we give Slime a lot of shit, but, like, it's there. It's something to do. We like Slime. We love Slime. It's just not hitting right.
We just want Slime to
hitting.
love itself like we loved it, you know?
Exactly.
As opposed to this self-loathing shit it's been putting out.
Yep.
But let's get on to the finale, the most important thing.
Yeah.
So it
We
was
left
Father's
50
Day recently, everyone.
We left 50 minutes to talk about this shit.
It was Father's Day recently.
Yeah.
Did you have a good
not
Father's
here.
Day? Did you enjoy it?
No, it wasn't here.
Was it not Father's Day for you? Well, it was Father's Day for me recently. And do you know
Yeah,
what I want to?
what-
Do you know what happened for
What
me on
did you
Father's
do?
Day?
What'd you do for it?
Oh, I sat down and I watched Mushoku Tensei, thinking, well, at least we're
Yeah.
gonna get to see some cool daddy today.
Nice.
We see no more daddy anymore.
Yep.
No more daddy Paul.
Daddy Paul. Wait. You watched the new Deadpool and Wolverine? Early?
But
Yeah.
no. So
I knew this shit was happening, man, and I still fucking cried.
I shed a tear at this. That, like, I saw it happening and I still just couldn't. I couldn't bring myself to believe it. I was like, heal him now. It's like, bring him back. You can do it. I don't give a fuck that Rudius has lost an arm. I give a fuck that Paul's dead.
Yeah, I can't remember how he gets his arm back. Oh.
I mean, I assumed he got his arm back because I've seen the covers of all the other things and he's always got his hand. So when he lost his arm,
Yeah,
I was
I
actually
think,
kind of like, oh shit.
I think he meets up with what's his name?
Buddy,
Fucking Nanahoshi, Nanahoshi's dad from this world or whatever.
Oh, fucking Orsted.
Yeah, also I think he meets up with him and he gives him his arm back. Spoilers. Don't think that that's just like me, like saying that I'm all knowing, but like I think that's how it goes. I don't remember. But
I've
this
assumed he'd
episode,
bump into
man.
him at some point again.
Yeah, they do. This episode was fucked.
Yeah, no. So this
Was fucked.
yeah, this
Because
this-
I knew that this
hurt.
shit was gonna fucking happen, but it still doesn't change the fact that I could not look away from this episode.
it started off really well, you know.
I
When they
really
found the
like the start
Hydra,
of it. I
see
like that they just
Zenith.
fail
Yeah,
straight away. They're just
Yeah.
like, oh fuck, two powerful magicians can't do shit. What do we do?
to be
So
fair,
then they just fucking like fucking teleport all the way back home like it's fucking Final Fantasy 14.
I quite enjoyed the fact that like they fail quite quickly. run
Yeah.
out again. They regroup.
Because they basically went from floor 6. They went from full. Yeah, they went from floor 6 to the final boss.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking big boss. Big boy boss.
Yeah, and then I like how they like kind of deduce the fact, like how to beat this, and then Rudius just says like some real world like mythology crap, and it's just like, really, this isn't gonna work. This is not gonna be the same as like the mythology, and then it works. I'm just like, oh,
to be
don't
fair,
know anything.
I was honestly a little shocked that it took so long for him to come to that conclusion, and it wasn't what he thought before he went in. Because like in seeing a Hydra, you'd assume that his prejudgment on what a Hydra does, so like regrows 2 heads, was beaten by flaming sword and shit. Like,
well, technically,
you'd think
technically how the Hydra goes, how it goes, like usually just cut off a head, but it's just still alive. But they were good at cutting off their heads. It's just like kept regenerating and stuff.
Yeah. But like, I thought he would have thought about the whole fucking burn its end, like burn the ends thing a lot quicker.
Well, it was like his first final boss, so you kind of have to give him some slack.
I mean, was the
he's just
dragon that he fucked up in 8 seconds not technically a first final boss?
Let's be honest here. There are multiple different types of Hydra. This one just so happens to be the most niche and powerful one.
Yeah, to be fair, he did bullshit.
No one in the party knew about it except for Roxy.
Yeah.
But then I like that they leave, go like, okay, this is the plan, and then they come back and then they execute it, and they do it relatively well, until it doesn't.
I mean, I was gonna say the thing is like to lose, in a realistic perspective of it, to lose only one of your fucking party members in a fight like that
it's a W.
Pretty fucking good. Like
it's a
big
W.
Win. It's a shame.
Too bad he can't
the
respawn.
Best character, but
dude, like fucking Crunchyroll put out a thing going like, this is what you guys voted for. This is best dad, Rudius's dad, and I'm just like, really? You really had to do that? That's fucked up, man.
No, I saw on Twitter, and it's just Happy Father's Day with lots of upside down pools with a bit of blood dripping out their mouth and shit, and you're like, oh no, dang.
Dude, I am so fucking glad that I watched this episode when I did. The next day when I fucking finished watching Mushoku Tensei, spoiler. And I'm just like,
oh, dude,
no.
I think 2 hours after it had come out, I had watched it already, and I had opened up YouTube, and the first video recommended to me on YouTube was Paul's death to Hydra.
Sick.
And I was just there like, I'm glad I fucking had
video?
watched it, because who the fuck... Like, there were so many that just titled Paul's death, and I'm like, who the fuck does this?
I want to spoil anime, but just, like, fucking clickbait the shit out of them. Or, like, just do something completely wrong. Go, like, Rudius beats the labyrinth, and no one dies. And they save their mom, and she's fine.
I might
and then just play the clip of his dad dying.
No, I might just title this episode, Paul Comes Back from the Dead.
No, you have to title it going like, new episode of Mushoku Tensei and everything went fine. Or just, the name of the episode should be just like, everything is fine. And then it's just fire everywhere. Like the fucking meme. But seriously, I think the impact of this episode, well, I don't think I know, is it's going to have longevity towards all the characters.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to propel. It's going to do a lot.
Yeah. Because theoretically, from a certain point of view, Rudy has lost 2 parents. Like, he's lost his dad, and then her mum is...
Yeah, brain dead.
She's basically, like... I was going to say, like, brain dead, but she's alive. But she's, like... She's non-functioning.
Yeah,
like she's not a person anymore.
And fried.
Yeah. So all that effort and like loss was, I wouldn't say for nothing, because like he didn't get his mum back, but like it was in vain, and it does not feel good.
Oh god, no! And like
the entire time, because you get a good chunk of like action in this episode. And you can't look away from that because it's visually spectacular. Like as I said before, Kaiju was cinematic in its own way. This is fucking cinema. This is what shows strive to be. Like, the action in this choreography, like, blew my mind. And all that as well. And then the end happens. And you want to look away, but you just cannot. Because you're just kind of just there, null and void, thinking, fuck. They fucked up. They won, but they lost.
Yeah.
And it's so bad.
I think
so
to be
bad.
fair though, like there are so many points in it which is like the storytelling is perfect because of, and it's like after Paul's death when they're walking back and you've got them carrying Zenith and you have like the moment that Roxy looks at Rudius and you can see just how fucking destroyed he is and she doesn't know what to say to him and stuff like that. Or you've got just them all walking back pretty much fucking destroyed as the group shot and you like not a word is said. You just hear like the clinking of their fucking armors and chains and boots to the ground and stuff like that because no one knows what to say. Paul's dead. Like, what do you say? His son's right there and he's just watched his dad die in the first like labyrinth he's ever fucking entered. They've saved his mum, but God knows even if they've saved his mum yet because she's still unconscious. So you're just going to be sat here. And it's just like the last 5 minutes is almost just the most tense 5 minutes of a show you've ever sat through. Because you've seen him lose his dad, and you know that he's not that connected to Zenith in the first place. So you already can feel like he's lost the only parent he, in his eyes, had left. Like, that's why, like, when Paul calls him out for not being emotional about Zenith being trapped in there, and it's like, he's not seen her in 10 years, as he says. Like, to him, she's pretty much now a stranger. And it's like, he's just sat there like, so he saved my mum, I've fulfilled my dad's wish, but I have lost the only person. And it's like the only person who he truly got along with as well. Like, no one else has ever had the connection that he's had to him.
Yeah, he says that in this episode. Like, he doesn't feel the same connection to his dad as he does with his mum.
Yeah.
Like, he's known his mum for less amount of time than he's been apart from her. And that kind of, like, got me like, damn, that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Yeah. And I think the thing is, like, he cared more about the maid. Like, he cared way more about Lelia, because she had more to do with him as a kid anyway. And he's interacted with her more just after the events of the Manor disaster. So all in all, like, you do sit there a bit like, fuck, he might not have even really... like, part of me does look at it and I'm like, I get why he went for Norn's sake, but fuck me, like, why did he waste his time going? He doesn't know this bitch.
Yeah, it's just... it's a very traumatic thing. And I think a lot of people can feel this because you feel this fucking episode. Like, you feel the shit that happens, especially at the end. Because at the end, you're expected to, like, have this moment of victory when Zenith wakes up, and then knowing that she's basically just brain dead, you're like, the dread just crawls back into, like, the lowest depths of your body. And it's just like, fuck, this episode had nothing positive about it. And it's so bad. But, like, you just can't look away.
This is done so well. Like, unlike usually where a lot of things tend to always have a bit of a bad ending, like, for the character, for the sake of plot, like, this is done in a way that, like... Honestly, I think my face was the same as Rudius's when Zenith goes, like, ba 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 ba, because you're like, huh? Like... You're telling me a man died for the babbling bitch that is this woman. Like, for what fucking reason did you give anyone's life? Like, she's dead. You're sat there like, she's dead. And, like, even to an extent, Rudius kind of coldly surmises and makes the point that, how do you know that she's alive? inside a rock after 6 years, or after like 3 months, or however long it is she's been sat inside that fucking rock. Is it a year? Couple years?
No, it's been a couple years.
Yeah, like she's been sat inside that. And also, I'd like to know how the fuck she ended up inside that rock.
Yeah.
Like how?
bit of a continuity error there.
Yeah,
Why
like,
didn't they fucking explain that?
She's on the back of a fucking Hydra, and it's like, well, where are the fucking 5 other corpses that should have been surrounding her then? And also, how did she get to the Hydra? No one found the steps.
Yeah, it's
Explain.
Yeah. I still think about the way that this episode was presented, because I've read this before. It's very confronting having this visualized, because you read what happens, but you can't visually see what happens too well. Like you can visually see it, but you need a bit more like depth to it. And then having this animated and shown to us in all its glory of Paul being fucking cut in half is a bit confronting for some people, I would say.
Yeah.
And it was confronting to me in not like a sickening way, but like in a confronting way. It felt very real. I felt lost, and I just need more of this. It's like a fucking drug. This episode is the definition of a drug. I'm just gonna say it. Starts off well, ends like shit.
Thinking everything's gonna be great, next thing you know, you're just crying under a bridge.
Yeah.
Nothing to your name. To be fair, I think like part of it is that this show has done such a good job of always kind of not just making you invested in Rudius and his story, but almost kind of like making you feel like Rudius. Like when you watch this,
I think the thing that this show does well, is that it's not just Rudius that we're focusing on a lot of times. Season 1 was definitely that, but like it's another world. He's been reincarnated. The characters all get their own like depth to them. Like Elise, she was just a fucking adventurer in season 1, man. Like she was fucking no one. And then now she's one of my favorite characters, because she's just there doing her shit, carrying the fucking team. Like, she's a really good character, and a lot of the side characters also get that treatment as well.
Honestly, the only one I think we haven't had anything really for yet is Talon, the dwarf that goes around with him.
Yeah, he's a bit like... He's just there. He actually just feels like it. He actually feels like a side character.
But let's be honest here. Of like the, 7 people that we're watching at this point, to have one of them be the only one that you haven't managed to flush out. Because it's like, Geese, you've got flushed out. We've met him before. We like the character. Yeah. He's the same as he always was, kind of thing. So no need to worry about reintroducing us to him. Roxy, pretty much the same as always was. We've seen her a lot throughout. Elise, we've spent a lot of time with her anyway as it is, but we've seen her, we've grown with her, but it's like Talon's the only one that we haven't really...
I'm surprised that you know his fucking name.
I don't know why I know his name. I just do. I'm vibing him today, you know, but like for him, I think it's because they said his name so much in the last episode that like it's just stuck with me now. But like, it's one of those where it's like, I'm sure he'll probably maybe get flushed out a bit more. It kind of depends on whether we're going to see any more of these kind of things. Because like Elise is going to go back with Rudius to the school with fucking Lelia, Zenith.
Yeah,
I'm not too sure what will happen with and Roxy to make new baby, because gonna have new baby. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure what will happen with regards to
everyone else.
Well, the 2 other girls are the ones that I'm more interested in. The one who wears little to no armor, and her sister who got violated. Or at least I think that was the storyline for them. It's been a while since I watched that one episode.
It has been a while.
but you know, like, I'm kind of curious as to what will happen with them, and it is also kind of sad that, like, I feel like I can say, being that I've not read it before, I fucking called that Paul was going to die because they made the point in the previous episode he's saying his famous last words. Or as I think the show might as well have said it. Like, I feel like when Rudy said it to him, he should have been like, that's like naming the baby before you go on an adventure, isn't it? But, you know.
Yeah, and then he didn't name the baby, and then, yeah, it's just...
Yeah.
Anyway, I want to put this episode, like, as a past memory. This is something that I feel like... Something I would want to skip while rewatching, but don't have the mental capacity of doing it. Because the action in this... The action in this episode makes up for all the missed action that we haven't had in the past, like, season.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually insane. And it makes up for it. It's a very good scene. But just the end of it is so fucking traumatic. And I'm just like, I don't want to go through that again. But I probably would if I did have to rewatch it.
Who do you reckon Slime has to kill off to get an equal level of fucking redemption from us?
Oh, Rimuru has to kill himself. Like, that's the only one.
Rimuru just fucking hangs himself one episode and we're like, well, that's it.
No. Anyway. Episode 11 is something that I am very much looking forward to. Do you want me to spoil it?
No, I think
because I did kind of just bootleg, like, read the chapter that comes after this.
I bet you did, you little psychopath.
I think
I'm going to enjoy the introduction of Sylphie and Roxy and see. I mean, I assume Sylphie will act fine because I'm pretty sure she said like in the last like half of this season that she's fine with Rudy taking 20 fucking wives. So, you know.
Yeah, like the absolute giga chad that he is. Can you feel my heart starts playing?
To be fair, like, look, if he's gonna giga chat it, I'm assuming. Here's the other thing, like, does that mean that he's still gonna bang one of the beast chicks as well?
No, I think he wants to be committed to people.
Yeah, but you know,
and have like a more emotional connection to them.
Yeah, but Man God said he should do it because it will do better for him in life, and he has a bad habit of doing whatever the Man God advises.
Yeah, but then bad shit would just happen if he just doesn't do what he says. Which bad things will happen. That was the
whole point of this, like, last two episodes.
That was the thing. Rudius went, got his dad killed. That's the consequence.
To be fair, that's the thing though, is like, because it's one of those weird things where the Man God always says to him, he's like, I never see shit playing out like the way that you do it. He's like, it's like with the whole just fucking turn in these fake adventurers. And it's like, but instead of doing that, you extorted them and then fucking ran up this different, like, so obviously his perception is limited. I'm wondering if, like, we're going to see Man God in the next episode and he's going to be like, honestly, I didn't actually think your dad would die.
I didn't see that coming.
Like, because it's going to be one of those where I feel like his dad will be like, I thought you were going to fucking walk the whole way there, not use teleportation circles, get there inside of fucking 2 months for your dad to not have enough time to actually get to grips with this labyrinth, and therefore, boom, dead daddy. Like, because I could see that happening where he pretty much says, no, if you had taken the normal route of the 2 years, though you would have missed the birth of your child, you might have saved your dad. Because that would be fucking killer.
Yeah, it's... I don't remember what happens after this. I've seen fucking spoilers left, right, and center for this fucking shit because of, fucking dickheads I've seen. I am not prepared for rereading the light novel. I really want the manga to just fucking hurry up, man, because it's annoying me, but at this point... The fucking anime is in front of the manga, and that's not great. But I'm gonna be sad in 2 weeks because I'm not gonna have
2 weeks.
I'm not gonna have T Swizzle to cheer me up on Sunday or whenever I watch it, or Monday. I actually might rewatch Mushoku Tensei at some point. If season 3 gets announced and has like a date in mind, I might try and rewatch the first season and probably just the first season, because I still remember everything from season 2 and part 2.
I think I remember most of this show. I've watched it too many times as it is.
Yeah, I've watched this. I've been so in depth with this. Like, I haven't even bothered like skipping shit. Like, it's just because some shows I just like go like, whereas this I'm in a trance. I'm like getting mind controlled.
Oh yeah, no. If you're a binger, like honestly, I'd say avoid this fucking show. Don't watch this show until it is.
No, I think this is the perfect binge show for someone that wants. Let me fucking state this. All right, this is the most binge-worthy isekai that you'll ever fucking watch in your life. It's also the best one. You get so much fucking content, and let's be real. Let's be real for a second. You get 48 episodes. That's not a whole lot of content, to be honest.
That's why I think you should avoid binging it for a long time.
Like, you know what else is 48 episodes? You know what else is 48 episodes?
The first arc of One Piece.
No, it's how long it takes Goku to kill Frieza and Kai.
Feels like a short amount of time.
Yeah, no, where's your 48 episodes of man screaming? Anyway.
I like blonde hair man screaming.
Have you watched anything else?
I watched a really weird film recently. Let me just quickly find it on my anime list, because I was gonna watch. It's like a 2-part film thing that came out.
Oh.
See if I can find which one I watched, because essentially it's got like it's got 2 different settings. So I watched Kuriyukiba. Yakuba, I don't actually know how to fucking say that. It doesn't have an English name, annoyingly. It is like this, I think it was about an hour-long movie, set in an underground system. There's like a little rebellion force down there. We follow a detective, and kind of a fun little show. Or movie. I do want to watch the second part of it, then see kind of like from the other perspective that they've shot that one from. It gives like a bit of a Ghibli vibe to it, to be honest. Like, I got real fucking, as it kind of sets the scenery and shows you around the areas, like I got a bit of a Spirited Away Coal Room kind of vibe from it that I just liked.
When did it come out?
I think it was this season. Like, it's come out this season.
And it's a movie.
Yeah, April 12th. This one came out, and then I think its other setting came out the same day.
Oh, I see it here.
Yeah. You got it? You see it?
Yeah.
I mean...
What is it?
I wouldn't...
Some of the characters look like they're from fucking Black Clover.
I wouldn't say, like, to anyone, go watch this film. This isn't, like, the kind of film I think a lot of people will enjoy, per se. It is a good film if you're kind of into the more gritty detective-y genre, I guess. It's
Bro, I'm getting some steampunk vibes from this.
Yeah, like I said, it gives me like a real Ghibli's fucking Spirited Away Coal Room. You know what I mean? Like, it's got that dark, gritty kind of air to it that looks really kind of nice and presentable, and it's got that similar kind of like drawings, that like art style that I think, like, if you're a Ghibli fan, like, you will probably enjoy just visually watching the show or the movie. Like, it's very nice to watch, but like, it is nothing so standout that I think everyone needs to watch it.
Yeah.
You know, like, just a good show, like a good movie. It was fun to watch. I think if it was in English, I'd probably watch it again, but for the time being, it's only going to be subbed, so I probably wouldn't return to it. But you never know. Give it some time. Maybe. But I think past that, I don't know if I've really watched much else this week. Honestly, I think. Oh, no, I did. I watched one thing. I think it was from last season. I had one last romance, apparently, on the list of things to watch.
From last season?
I think it was from last season, from winter 2024.
What was it?
I watched an Arche Demons Dilemma on how to love his elf bride.
Oh, wait, let me find it.
actually kind of fun to watch.
How can I find it?
Oh,
Yeah, I found it.
Anime list.
No, this came out this season.
Was it this season?
Yeah.
I thought it was last season it came out. Maybe I just got lucky and binged it all in
Yeah,
one.
because I've heard of this show and I'm just like, when did this come out? I've seen it somewhere. And I'm pretty sure it was this season.
This one here, 2024. Oh no, shit! This did come out this season.
Oh, I knew it.
Yep. So I watched all of that.
I know my fucking anime. I don't know what
I watched all of that. Though I have just looked at my recently updated.
It's right fucking there. It's right on. It's literally the 9th show.
I've just had a look though, and there's
No,
another
it's
show
the-
I've watched after that I'm sure you would
the
love
11th.
to hear.
Hmm?
There are 2 other shows I've watched after that. Actually, I'm sure you'd love to hear them.
What?
So I watched all of Sugar Apple Fairy Tale. That was from last year. It's winter 2023, and I think it was summer of 2023 that they came out. Like a 2-core romance thing with fairies, all about a girl who makes pretty sculptures with sugar. Good, I guess. But then I followed it up with something I'm sure we could have a quick conversation about. So I watched bottom tier character Tomizaki.
The first season.
Oh, the first and the second.
Yeah, I know you've watched the second.
I've watched both. And I gave the second a 5. And here's why.
It's confirmed. Moonlit Fantasy 2 is Hugo's lowest rated fucking Mao.
Yep, it's staying down
Yeah,
there.
but you
I
haven't finished it. You have to give it a 4. You haven't finished it.
What?
You haven't finished it.
What? Tomizaki?
Yeah.
No, I finished Tomizaki.
You haven't finished season 2.
Yeah, I finished season 2.
It's not out. It's not all out.
Oh, not season 2.
There's 25.
Second stage.
There's no second stage. What are you on about?
Bottom tier character Tomizaki. Let me just bring it up a sec, because I swear.
Oh, no. Oh, I'm thinking of a different show. Never mind.
That's alright. That's why. 'Cause I was going to say, I swear the second season finished. Or is it just a 2?
Yeah, the second season is fucking, like, second stage anyways.
Yeah, no, so
Why'd you give it a 5?
Real fucking simple reason. I'm unhappy with the girl.
Wow.
It was an 8,
Fuck
and then I
you.
ripped it down
Fuck
to
you.
a fucking 5. I have no fucking sorrow in my actions
Fuck
here.
you.
Alright, fuck this goddamn
We're
show.
disbanding the podcast, you fucking degenerate. You fucking brain dead.
Yeah, of course you were
fucking
happy
douchebag.
with fucking Fuka, but I fucking wasn't, alright?
Short-haired
like
girl
it.
finally wins and you're fucking complaining about it. Go kill yourself.
Look, I want a blue-haired girl to win. Fuck you.
No, fuck the blue-haired girl, alright? She's second,
Minami
she
is
stays
my fucking
second. That's-
fave.
She's second and she stays second.
And I wanted her to finally get a first, and she fucking deserved it, alright? She put the fucking effort in. She actually liked the dude. He fucking is an idiot, and she was the better looking girl anyway. All in all, I hope they cancel this fucking show. I never want to see it on the air again. I hope that they all fucking quit their jobs.
You are fucking burnt. You are not cooking anymore. That is fucked.
No, so I was a bigger fan of the Minami, so I was kind of like, it was, like I said, it was like a 7, 8, and then I was like, nah, 5, fuck you. I'm not happy with this Fuka bullshit.
That's fucked. That's
nah,
absolutely
fuck it. I stand by it. I did it, and then I thought,
dude,
I bet you're
like,
gonna disagree
this
with
is like
this so
fucking
hard.
quintessential quintuplets fandom when they found out their best girl didn't win. They go like, nah, I'm dropping it down to a 2.
Yeah, well, at least I could fucking stand there and say, look, the rest of the show was fine. It was just this moment. This moment just fucking sealed its fate.
No,
Could never be a great.
you're just wrong. You're just flat out wrong.
No, all right. Maybe rewatch it. Think about it again. Do you really
No,
think that Fuka should be the winner?
I fucking
Fuka
thought
shouldn't
about
have
it.
fucking won. All right, Fuka should never have won. All right, she was useless and pointless, and I didn't like her as a character.
No.
all right? I've been happy without her. All right, and all in all, all right, Nah, fuck it. Nah, I can't. Nah, mate. Nah.
No.
Mean to me.
No.
Mean to me.
No.
She extroverted.
I like Mean to Me.
Happy.
She's not the right one.
How is she not
I like
the
Mean to
right
Me.
one?
She's not the right one. Because
the
Fuka
right
got
one.
him to break out of his shell more.
Yeah. And that way,
She
you
was.
could put
She
more
was
of
the
that fucking
first.
outer shell
She
him.
was the first
Mean to
person
me.
to truly take an interest in his interests. All right. This man is putting on a facade. He isn't who he needs to be. He is who he needs to be with her.
Not mean to me.
No.
Look, I get where you're coming from, and I get it.
No, fuck you.
But I'm just a staunch Mean to Me fan. Like, you know, I just think she best.
Do you know who Fuka's voice actress is?
Rimuru Tempest.
No, she's Sylphie.
Is it Sylphie? Is it?
Yeah.
Well, then she's already had a short-haired bitch win. Can't someone else have the win?
No.
Someone like Mean to Me.
No. No. You're
Well,
wrong.
thanks for enjoying 13 episodes of a really good podcast, guys.
We're
It was a shame
disbanding
that
the
we've had to
podcast.
disband after this, but
I disagree. I really like how Tomizaki finished. Well, not finished. I like how season 2 ended. I like
I'm glad it wasn't like he decided neither and he wants fucking is it Izumi? Like I'm glad it's
know.
not like I'm glad it wasn't something
I'm
like
glad it's not
he
fucking
wanted her.
basic like Iowa or whatever.
Yeah,
Imagine if it was
Aoi.
the main girl.
Yeah.
Imagine if it was just that basic.
Like, I was over the moon that he didn't like go for her, though we got more
But that's
seasons
what
coming
I
at some point, so that'll
that's
happen,
what
I'm
I
sure.
like. That's why I like it subverts expectations by not going with the main girl
Yeah, but why didn't it go with the second best girl then?
because
Why
she's
did they
second
pick
best. She's second best.
And what?
Fifth?
We're talking.
Excuse me? I am sorry.
Have
What?
I counted the women right? Maybe she's 8th.
Count it. Mean to me.
All right.
Then who's second?
All right, so we got. Well, no. So Aoi's number 1 girl.
No.
Not for him,
not
but
how it
Aoi's just the number 1 girl in the rankings here of the women.
All right. Fine. Whatever. Mean to me
She's
second.
number
Who's
1 in
third?
everything. So then
Who's
you got
third?
Mean to Me. Then you got Izumi.
Sorry,
the girl
who?
he sits. That's the girl he sits next to in class.
No, she's taken.
Yeah,
She's taken. That doesn't count.
And look, I'm going to be honest
Doesn't
here,
count.
man. I'm going to release a dark secret about myself here today. Right, my partner was fucking taken when I met her, but that didn't make a fucking difference to me. Okay, so why is it going to make a difference to Tomizaki? I tell you, or any of you watching out there, you can take.
He
what you
doesn't
want in
have
this world.
Riz
No.
to do that. And he
But
knows that she's happy with her boyfriend.
Yeah, but he could riz
No.
her up anyway.
No.
He could become
fourth?
him.
Who's fourth?
Then there's girl he works with. I'd put her above. I like her.
That's fair.
then
That's
there's-
fair enough.
Then there's the 2 girls from the all-girls school. I'd put them above Fuka. You know, they were mentioned for all, like-
my anime list characters that you're talking about.
No, I just would have rather seen them over Fuka, you know? It's just a real vehement...
No.
I just didn't like Fuka. I think the problem is, like, from the moment Fuka was introduced, it just felt like this is going to be the fucking character, innit? It's going to be like, oh, I like her. Or, like, when essentially when he was presented with, like, who are the 4, I was like, oh, he's going to pick her. And then Mean to Me was like, I like you. And I was like, go with Mean to Me. Fuck picking. Go with Mean to Me. Do it. Do it. Pussy. Didn't do
She's
it.
second best. She's
Yeah.
second, and she fucking stays second.
You're a horrible man. Do you not want someone to
No.
find love and happiness?
They are.
She deserves it. Look, I don't care about the bookworm, alright? I don't care how it feels.
I
I
care how
want my
it
Mean to Me
feels.
happy.
I'm done with this conversation.
Just hangs up
fucking
cool.
done.
Well, thanks for
I'm
watching.
fucking done with it. We're not doing this. It's too late for me. I'm not getting in this shit.
We'll be up until fucking 3 a.m. if we argue this
No,
one out.
that's not what I want to do. But next week. Do you know what next week is?
It's pretty much finale week.
Next week is the 25th, and you know what that means. We have to do our rankings.
Yeah.
Because the week after that, we're going to be talking about new anime.
Fucking
And
let's
Slime
go.
My Hero Academia. But we're going to be talking about new anime.
Oh, we're gonna do another fucking tier list. It's gonna be great.
Let's fucking go.
At least to be fair, I think at least this season, I reckon, unlike our tier list from last season, I reckon this season our tier list might work out to look a bit similar. I reckon we might have some.
Last season was pretty
tier
similar.
lists.
Last season was
it?
pretty similar.
I thought we had quite a few differences. I mean,
we had one, but that was it.
Yeah, possibly actually. Yeah. I don't know. I don't rewatch the tier list.
I know
much.
what's going in fucking S tier, but like all the other shows, probably might be a little bit of a mixed bag, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I am a bit apprehensive with some of the ranks that we're gonna give. I think like I'll possibly have to rank some into the summer because like I feel like My Hero, I need to give it till the end.
I think
in
terms of fairness, we just won't rank Slime and MHA.
Yeah, because they got time. They need to get to the end.
Slime is still on the fucking slow cooker. And MHA is finally on the fucking pan.
Do you know what the worst part is though? That when it comes to it, when it comes to ranking Slime, if it gets ranked in the summer, it's got to be held against Oshinoko, and Oshinoko is gonna be fucking awesome. So
yeah, it's not gonna win. Yeah, so it won't be an S tier.
It's gonna be a hard.
Because remember, guys, only one show goes in S tier.
Yeah,
only one show. And that means also Demon Slayer only has 8 episodes and is finishing in 2 weeks. So we won't be able to justify Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
We'll just have to do what it is.
Yeah. But
that will do it for this episode, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you listen to the Spotify and subscribe on the YouTube channel. Maybe just leave a comment, saying that fucking Hugo's wrong in every single way. And now I'm just better. Very humble.
Your anime knowledge is just much more superior to mine. Like, we get it. You make anime videos. Good for you.
Yeah, I made a video here and there. One video got 300k views. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Peace.